Sunny, spring days bring smiles easy when wandering where people wait for a change. Thinking all is well even though surface visions cover deeper things seldom seen in towns where darkness lays like a blanket over open eyes. Rutherford County might be the center of a great nation, he was thinking, when walking a path seldom trod, slowly at times or quickly when in a hurry, with a wife and son at his side in that warm April before rain started falling, while opening doors to hidden rooms in Murfreesboro to leave carefully organized words printed on paper for strangers who were working, talking, eating, or dreaming about how to survive without tears. Feet on the Street campaigning has good and bad moments depending on the moods of strangers encountered near where cars are honking horns. Sirens are blazing, making dogs whine and bark like they are annoyed in low-ground places, while high in trees above birds are heard chirping melodious communications to the temple of an old soul breathing. Walking a path seldom trod can seldom be done without quiet forethought, and cannot be accomplished without patience, persistence, a heart full of hope for meaningful change in Tennessee and the surrounding 10 states, where a new state of mind nation is waiting to be formed. History has given its own lessons to be learned, yet thoughts about future possibilities for Amerijericho seem inspirational, filling hearts with eagerness for more peace, less pain, friendly neighbors, and a higher calling for those who require meaningful purpose when their lives have become too empty to measure. Maybe it was the aroma of a mother's home cooking that caught their attention, or that sweet lady with a happy face gathered near her giggling children at a picnic table. One teenage girl on a city sidewalk bench looked to him like a beautiful magazine cover near where he was walking among colorful tents set close together on the courthouse square, attracting crowds of wanderers like him, showing excitement over prospects for another celebration. It was all typical, yet different, when shaking hands with a blushing girl or exchanging pleasantries with men and kids who paused from game playing long enough to see what was happening on that day long after old soldiers began wearing ribbons earned when fighting wars. Politicians come and go, most folks were thinking, not really caring if taxes stay the same, come down when necessary, or go up too high to pay, forcing the government to print cheap money. Strangers look to see a man in blue jeans instead of the blue suit, wearing a cowboy hat or ball cap, boots or tennis shoes, as though being conspicuous was more important than style, when walking along streets made of cement, which seems cheaper and more common than marble floors, usually found in buildings where rich folks hide from reality. Fast food restaurants dot the landscape along traffic-filled streets between used car lots, next to small shopping centers with vacant space, next to homes where people seek shelter when not outside to escape boredom. Walking a path seldom trod is something only a few are inclined to do in normal circumstances, knowing habitual patterns are hard to break because of insecurity, fear of the unknown, or the loss of control when unexpected events transpire without approval. People love to eat pizza, burgers with fries covered with red ketchup, fried chicken, mashed potatoes with cream corn and gravy, steak or shrimp, apple cobbler, believing homemade food is some kind of reward for excellent behavior. Hungry folks can be seen nonchalantly sipping coffee from foam cups while reading newspapers, sipping Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, lemonade, and tea through straws out of ice-filled paper containers, feeling all is well at their favorite table, reserved just for them at the local, franchised or privately owned corner of a very diverse and contrary world. Life is not all about money, he was trying to explain when they told him. Soliciting is not allowed. Thanks for being polite, he said in a loud voice when trying to smile at nice strangers who accepted what was being given away free of charge. Sights and sounds were blending into new memories after being created at a slow pace on impulse, on a whim, by that man who resisted the urge to control fleeting moments while pictures were formed in a small camera for reasons that only God would ever understand. Will they be talking about the forgotten man who walked beside them and among them, shaking hands or announcing plans they had no time to understand? Will voters of Tennessee care enough to consider what is often overlooked, or take time to learn what could be done if they vote smart for a change? All we need is faith in God and trust in each other, he told one bearded man who claimed to be a staunch Republican. When Christians are willing to share the last slice of bread with a starving neighbor, maybe Jesus will be able to smile again, he told a lady who said she only voted for Democrats while complaining about the high cost of food. I might be old, stupid, and crazy, but I'd rather lose the election as an independent than repeat the same stupid mistakes that all those other politicians have been making for years, he told a muscular young man standing with his arm around a pretty girl next to a flashy sports car. Go home and sit in your rocker on the front porch, she said with a grin, before laughing right out loud. Nobody's gonna vote for an old man where I live. You ain't no Obama. I ain't no dumb kid with my head in clouds made of weed smoke either, he told her. Maybe you need to respect your elders before you get older. Life is like a roller coaster with lots of ups and downs no matter what your age. Life is like a marathon for anyone with enough courage to run all the way between a starting point and the finish line, no matter what your age.
Yep, you're in the picture.
Some of us old men believe we people who occupy this planet
Thank you.
need better ideas to solve problems that fools in blue suits have been creating out of ignorance. So young folks with sharp tongues, misguided values, and sex appeal can keep on doing whatever makes them happy, knowing how busy you must be, keeping company with your boyfriend. There are some things you probably haven't figured out yet, so let me explain it all in a nutshell. Life is what you make of it, no matter what your age, gender, physical appearance, national origin, social status, religion, education, or financial worth. Every person is unique. We all deserve respect and love, no matter how imperfect or different we might be. Whatever, she said. He turned away with a smile on his face and began walking again, walking a path seldom trod.